Good morning, dear students. Myself, SANDEEP SAHU, PGTCS, welcomes you all. Our small topic, working with missing data under Pandas in class 12th Informatics Practices. Dear students, first of all, let's understand how this missing data comes in our database. So actually, missing data can occur when no information is provided for one or more items for a whole unit. Missing data is a very big problem in real life scenario. Missing data can also refer to as NA, that is not available values in pandas. In data frame, sometimes many data sets simply arrive with missing data. For example, suppose different users being surveyed may choose not to share their income. Some users may choose not to share the address, and in this way many datasets went missing. In pandas, missing data is represented by two values. First is none and second is NaN. None is a Python singleton object that is often used for missing data in Python code. Now NaN, this is an acronym for not a number. This is a special floating point value recognized by all systems that use the standard floating point representation. Now let's come to the functions to handle missing values in pandas. There are several functions for detecting, removing, and replacing null values in pandas data frame. So these functions are is null, not null, fill NA, replace, and drop NA. Now let's talk about is null and not null. Both of these are used for checking for missing values in pandas. In order to check missing values in pandas data frame, we use function is null and not null. Both functions help in checking whether a value is NaN or not. These functions can also be used in pandas series in order to find null values in a series. In order to check null values in pandas data frame, we use is null or not null function. This function returns data frame of Boolean values. Remember this thing? This function returns data frame of Boolean values which are true for NaN values. Now let's understand it with the help of a small program. So as you are seeing on this screen, there is first line import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP. Then we are creating a dictionary dict equal first score, then colon, then there is a set of values 100, 90, np.nan, 95. Similarly, second score 30, 45, 56, np.nan. Then third score np.nan, 40, 80, 98. Then we are creating a data frame df equal pd.dataframe dict. Then we are applying this function is null. When we apply this function, let's see what output we are getting here. Here, as you are seeing output. In this output, let's discuss about first score. In first score, this third value was nan, and that's why here you are seeing that under first score this is true. Similarly, in second score, as you are seeing here, this last value was nan, and that's why here in output you are seeing this last value of second score as true. Now in third score, this first value was nan, and that's why you are seeing in output under third score the first value is true. So as we were saying in previous slide that it returns a data frame of Boolean values which are true for nan values. So now you can understand it very well. Now, filling missing values using fill any. In order to fill null values in datasets, we use fill any and replace functions. These replace nan values with some values of their own. Let's again understand it with the help of an example. Just like previous program, here also first line import pandas as pd, then import numpy as np, then we created a dictionary same as in previous program, then we created a data frame, and here we are using a function fill any 0. So wherever we were getting nan value, at that point we are getting 0. Again look at here we are getting 0 against this nan, here we are getting 0, and similarly against this nan, here we are getting 0. So this fill any function is used to return the nan values or to fill the nan values by any value. Now let's understand that filling a null values by replace method is also possible. For this purpose, we use replace function as per the syntax data.replace, or whatever data frame is there, its name dot replace. Then to replace equal np.nan and value, by which value you want to replace it, you have to write it here. In place of replacing by any different value, you can replace with previous one or the next one. If you want to replace the current value with previous value, then you have to use this fill NA with the argument method equal PAD under single quotes. Similarly, if you want to fill the current value with the next value of the data frame, then you have to write method equal under single quotes bfill. Now let's understand these concepts with the help of practical examples. As you are seeing here in this data frame, we are using the concept of replace function. As I explained you earlier, we are using the replace function as per the syntax df.replace to replace equal np.nan and value equal -99. So here you are seeing against this np.nan under first score -99 is replaced. Similarly, it happened with np.nan second value. It is at the last, actually it's hidden due to oversize of the screen, and under third score also this np.nan is replaced by -99. So as I told you, we can replace np.nan by any specific value with the help of replace function. Now come to the second example. As I told you that we can fill any previous value of nan. So for that purpose we use this function. Inside parenthesis we give method equal PAD. So as you are seeing, this is our data frame, and in this data frame, let's see, in first score the third value is np.nan, and here this np.nan value is replaced by which value? The previous value, that is -90. And the same thing is happening with these others np.nan. Now come to the third one function, method equal bfill. As I told you, this function we will use to replace the nan value with the next value. So again, take this data frame. Here, the first score, this is third value np.nan, and its next value is 95. So let's see what is happening here. This is the position of np.nan, which is replaced by the next value, that is 95, and the same thing is happening with others np.nan values, which you can see on this screen. Now dear students, come on another function, dropping missing values using drop NA function. This function is used to drop the nan value. Three cases we are discussing here: dropping rows with at least one nan value, Dropping rows with all values in that row are missing. Dropping columns with at least one null value. So again, let's understand these things with the help of practical examples. So dear students, this is our original data frame where we have given 4 scores: first score, second score, third score and fourth score. Here, as you are seeing that so here, as you are seeing, we use the function df.dropNA, and you can see the effect of using this function, that in this output only the values having no NaN are appearing as 95, 56, 98 and 65, and other NaN values are omitted by this output. Now let's come to the different form of this dropNA function. Here inside this bracket we are giving how equal all. If we give this argument, then in that case only now let's discuss about dropping missing values using dropNA function. In Python pandas, if you want to drop any NaN value, then you have this function. We are discussing some cases by which we are dropping NaN values, like dropping rows with at least one NaN values, dropping rows if all values in the row are missing, dropping columns with at least one NaN value, and there may be several cases also. So let's understand these with the help of practical examples. So dear students, as you are seeing here, this is our data frame. Remember, when we create a data frame, then this first set will become the first row, and similarly this will be the second row, this will be the third row, and this will be the fourth row. So this is our original data frame on which we will discuss all these three cases. So let's discuss the first case. We are using simply dropNA function. As I told you, it will drop the rows with at least one NaN value. So as you are seeing, this is the first row. Here there is one NaN value, that's why it will be dropped. This is the second row. Here this is the NaN value, this also, that's why it will also dropped. This will become the third row. Here also there is a NaN value 45, 98 and again one NaN value. Sorry, here it will be 80. And last one, if we are talking about the last one, so in last row there is no NaN value. That's why only last row will come in output, and the other rows will be dropped because they are having at least one NaN value. Now, the second, if you want to drop a row having all values as NaN, then you have to use this drop any function with this argument how equal all. Actually, how equal, there may be any and all. By default there is any, and if you want to drop a row with all values and NaN, then you have to write all. So let's see the output. Here, as you are seeing, for the first score, the second value is NaN. For second score, also second value is NaN. For third score also, second value is NaN. The fourth score also, second value is NaN. So actually, the second row, as I told you, this was your first row, and this is your second row. So for this second row, all the values are NaN. That's why this row will be omitted from your output. So as you are seeing, 0, 2, 3. 1 is missing here, where 1 index represents the second row, and it's missed, that is dropped. Now come to the third form of drop NA. Here we are using drop NA with an argument x is equal 1. If you take this argument x is as 1, then in place of rows, columns will be dropped. So as you are seeing here, column with at least one NaN value will be dropped here. So fourth score having no NaN value, and all other scores will have at least one NaN value. That's why only fourth score will come as your output. So dear students, I hope you enjoyed the topic. Thank you very much.